We have all been asked the timeless question at some point in our young lives, or maybe even in our older lives. What do you want to do when you grow up? Do you know what you want to do when you grow up?
Yes.
I am here to persuade you that you need to take a different approach than what you may have originally thought about what you would like to do when you grow up. You will have to dig deeper within yourself to find what career you want to follow as an adult. It may turn out to be something you never thought that you would like to do. So hear me out on this, okay? I come from a long line of nurses. My great-grandmother was a nurse, my grandmother was a nurse, my mother was a nurse, and I used to love to go to work with my mother when she worked in the emergency room. I did it as much as she would let me, and I really enjoyed being around that medical field. So for me, my career choice was an easy one. I always knew that I wanted to be in the medical field. My two sisters and my brother, on the other hand, they went in a completely opposite direction than the medical field. They wanted nothing to do with it. But they found something better that suited them for their career path. According to Benjamin Todd's article, How to Find the Right Career for You, in April of 2017, he quoted, "Becoming really good at most things takes decades of practice. So to a large degree, your abilities are built rather than discovered." Did you know that Darwin, President Lincoln, J.K. Rowling, and Oprah Winfrey all failed early in their career? And then they went on to absolutely dominate their fields. So asking, what am I good at, needlessly narrows your options. It's better to ask, what could I become good at? Plenty of research shows that it is really hard to predict what you'll be good at ahead of time, especially just by going with your gut. Instead, the best way to find the right career is for you to go out and investigate, learn about and try out your options, looking outwards rather than inwards. So instead of going for what you feel, you should go out there and experiment different things. You will need to find a career choice that you will love so that you can put your heart and soul into your career. And when you put your all into your career, it will show by the smile on your face, the positive attitude that you will exude, and that will be noticed by all around you. Your boss, your co-workers, and your clients as well. And as cited in Melinda Smith, M.A., Lawrence Robinson, and Robert Segill, M.A., in November 2018, from the Finding the Right Career article, if you are getting up every morning dreading the mere thought of going to work, this can not only take a toll on your job performance, but also your physical and mental health, because you'll be stressed out, you'll have job burnout, and you may feel anxious or depressed or unable to enjoy time at home because you're just sitting there dreading thinking about the next day at work, even before you even get there, so you can't enjoy your family time at home. On April 8, 2013, Heidi Grant stated in her article, The Key to Choosing the Right Career, more than a decade of research shows that when people experience a fit between their own motivation and the way they work, they are not only more effective, but they also find their work more interesting and engaging, and they value their work more. If you do have a job you are unhappy with, you will ultimately end up quitting that job, losing all the time you had put in, all the benefits that you had built through the years, depending on how long you've been there. And everything you invested in that company, you will have to start all over again from scratch. And it's hard to come back from starting out on the low man on the totem pole and having to work your way back up to where you were before. And this is why it is so important to find a career path that you are interested in. The question from earlier comes back to mind: what could I become good at? Especially if you are getting ready to graduate high school, for instance. In January 2015, Ella Torpey wrote the article, Career Planning for High Schoolers. And she quoted high school counselor Steve Schneider: "If you don't know what you want to do, the question is, what do you like to learn about?" Schneider says, "If you really like science, what do you enjoy about it? Do you like the lab work? Do you like the research? This is how you're able to figure out what I could become good at." In conclusion, you will have to look deep within yourself to figure out what you could become good at. You're going to have to look outside of your normal, look outside of your bubble, research things. You got to know what your interests and skills are and go outside of the box with them. You got to keep that smile on your face and a positive attitude at all times. It's hard to work your way up, but with determination, you can do it. Try not to be a statistic that I pulled from Michigan State University job search strategy and research stating that the average American with a bachelor's degree has about 10 different jobs from the age of 18 to 24. That's 10 different jobs in 6 years after going to school for your bachelor's degree, just because you're not happy in the job that you chose. Instead, do your research. Invest in your career choice. Stick to it. Know what you want to do. If it makes you happy, you could find yourself climbing the ladder of success. Any questions, audience?